Welcome to another episode of ForgeCraft 2. I have a wonderful day here at the coop. All of my chicken brethren accounted for. Sice is over there. Hi, Sice. What's going on? Let's see what is happening. I have a mysterious thing over here, and I want to try it. This is called enchanting with mana. Now, was that oh. Probably about time to go do another round of collecting. Anyway, I really have been getting into the more fascinating aspects of Botania. Like, one thing that I might change over to, I'm not sure. The mana pylon, only 2 of these will max out an enchanting table, which means I technically could move my enchanting table to a better position. And I might actually do that, but for right now, there's something called enchanting with mana. Now, there's this amazing feature called Visualize. First, you click the button, and it gives you this thing that you can move around. Then, once you want to anchor it in position, you left-click, and you can come back in here and move around and change pages, whatever you want to. It's a really great feature. I love being able to exactly visualize what I'm going to be building. So I can actually fill in. It says I need 17 blocks, specifically, of obsidian. Oh, I know what's going on. Hang on a sec. Whoa. I need a less powerful tool. I'm going to put this here. And then there's dirt in the corners, naturally. 1, 2, 3, 4. You cannot plant these on obsidian. So it said 17 pieces. Exactly like that. It tells you everything in here you will need to construct something called the Mana Enchanter. You're going to need 17 blocks of obsidian. Boom, laid out like that. 10 mystical flowers. I happen to have 10 mystical flowers in black. Let's put these down. Why black? Black's one of my favorite colors. It's weird, I know, whatever. Let's see, 6 mana pylons and a lapis lazuli block. I have 6 mana pylons. Mana pylons are actually pretty easy to make. 2 gold ingots, 2 mana steel ingots, which are basically just an iron block. An iron ingot dropped into a mana pool. Real simple. And then a mana diamond, which is a diamond dropped into a mana pool. It's easy stuff. So let's get... Can I put this on... Hey, it's as simple as right-clicking on top of the flower. It is rendering a little lower than it actually shows up, though. I think that's interesting. And then a lapis block. Now, structure complete, it says. Ooh, okay, that's interesting. Where did I leave my... Oh, there it is. I right-click on this. Ooh. We have a Mana Enchanter. Oh. By the way, thanks to my friend TTFT... Not TTFT Cuts. My other friend, T-Fox... T-Fox86. Thanks to T-Fox, I actually was able to make an angel ring. Now, the angel ring I actually made using not unstable ingots, but semi-stable nuggets, these things. Now, what this means is I had to expend 9 diamonds and 9 gold ingots for this. 9 diamonds and 9 gold ingots for this. Not cheap. Plus, I actually got a nether star from T-Fox's table, took it over to my table. I put in an equivalent amount of mana. EMC. I put it in my table to learn it, so I can actually make nether stars now without having to fight the wither. You know me, more casual playstyle. This makes me very happy. So, let's see, glass. What can I do with this? What use does this have? Oh, I can change it. Feathery wings. I'm curious. I don't think it shows up. It won't show up there. Oh, it shows up on there. But I also have some wings because of my armor. Oh, that looks weird. Meh. I'll change it back at some point. It's okay. Couple of pieces of glass. I didn't know you could swap it around. That's neat. Okay, so all I have to do is leave that in my inventory now, and I can fly around. So I have made a ring of magnetization. A lot of you encouraged me to do this. The ring of magnetization specifically replaces my magnet from Ender.io because this requires no power, no mana. It just works. And I'm loving it so far. The ring of correction. Now this thing is a little bit different. Let's go all the way back to, let's see, baubles and accessories, ring of correction. Okay. So this thing prevents switching of tools. As long as I have any mana steel or a mana using tool, which means mana steel or terra steel, then I can actually use that for all things, which means if I have a mana steel pickaxe, it will work as a mana steel pickaxe and shovel and axe. Aha! Now what I just want to do is get this mana steel pickaxe right here and enchant it some. But that circles back around too, because I want some things on it. I want to be able to enchant it with specific enchantments. That's going to require a lot of recipes. I mean, a lot of experience. I have the capability in here. I have my Enchanter from Ender.io. And the Enchanter lets me make books, enchanted books, for a specific amount of experience, items, and then basically the books themselves, right? But here's the real trick. This was going to require, let's say I want XP boost 3. That is 40 mana to make XP boost. Then, I'm not going to put XP boost, but let's say 40 mana, and then it's going to require another at least 5 or 10 to actually put it on the item with the anvil. Now here's the thing. Reading this description for the Enchanter. Let's see. Okay, this is not visualizing anymore because I've completed the structure. After the construction is done, right-click the lapis block with the wand of the forest, and the enchanter should form. In order to utilize the enchanter, one would place via right-click the item to be enchanted in the enchanter itself and drop enchanted books inside the circle around it. Now, here's the thing. Let's open this up. I don't know if I can. Or maybe I just right-click. I think I'm going to have to take my ring of magnetization. Oh. I'm just going to take it off and put it in my inventory. That turns it off for the time being. So here's the thing that I have a question of, right? What is... first of all, I need to look up... somewhere... Okay, Silk Touch. I just need... First of all, I need one of those. I'm running low on something. Then what I'm going to also need is a slime ball. I do have some authentic ones, thankfully. And I can't remember. I'm going to get 20 levels out. 30! Okay. So here's the thing I'm not sure about. I don't know if it requires a specific book or any book to be enchanted. And does the book get consumed? These are my questions. So I have an enchanted book. And I could make this a... Okay, where is it? In order to utilize the enchanter, via right-click the item and then drop the enchanted books inside the circle itself. I don't know if this means this circle or if I right-click on the main block. This is the part I'm a little confused about. Items that are already enchanted can't be placed in the enchanter. So if I enchant this as a demo, I'm going to lose the ability to re-enchant this. To start the enchanting, right-click the enchanter with the wand. It'll scan the books around it, and once it's done, a spell circle of sorts will appear around it, indicating the books can safely be picked up again. So this means that it doesn't use the books, I think. After the enchanter begins, the enchanter will require mana, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so what do I want enchanted on this? That's going to be armor. I want to put fortune on it. I've got soak touch. Let's see. To about efficiency 3 is where I stop. That's 13 levels. Let's get 13 levels. I need, is there ink? Oh, there's tons of ink. Feathers, there's tons of feathers. Do we have books? Got tons of books. I'm going to do that. And redstone. I can't remember exactly how much it was going to be. One, 2, 36. Okay. So let's get this. Put that there. Put that there. We have an efficiency, right? And I want to make sure I have fortune on it. Fortune 3, 12 emeralds, and 40 levels. Woo. I don't have... Let's just get everything and put it back there. I might have to settle. 20 levels. I could put Fortune 2 on it. Let's do that. That's at least a start. I figure I might just have to... I don't need that many. Get 20 levels. I went to the end to do a little bit more farming of experience. And I don't know what else I need on a... The only thing that might be nice is a XP boost. But I'm just short of enough experience to actually do it. How much experience do I have? I need 8 experience for at least a level 1. I got 4 right here. Okay, 1, 2. That's 20 levels. I'm not actually going to worry about XP boost on this thing because I've got it on my sword. So I'm going to do that later. I'll mess with that later. Let's just get all the levels and put it in there. So now we come over here. I'm going to drop this, this, and this. So I think it's scanning, so to speak. I think this is the spell circle that appears, which means the books can be picked up. And now what I can actually do is get that, aim it over there. And after the enchanting begins, the enchanter will require mana. It can be fed either via mana burst or nearby sparks, placing one on the later, being much faster. Placing a spark on top of the actual mana. Okay, so this thing is going to go, I guess, for a certain period of time. I'm really not sure. How long this is going to take. Go collect an egg over here. So many eggs, so little time. I'm going to get... Oh, no, that's my pure daisy. I'm actually going to move you... Whatever. Right there next to the fence. Okay. So now I see... particles of energy are being fired at this thing. Mana burst is being fired at this thing. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's start firing at that again. I'm going to get this one. I'm just going to do it that way. Maybe it, I don't know, something in the way. And so now here's the thing. It said that the sparks were much faster. I don't have any indication about how long this is going to take. Okay, let me give you a quick rundown, right, on what I've been doing in between last episode and this. Where is it? Floating Jaded Amaranthus. Okay, a Jaded Amaranthus, what this thing actually does is all the way back. Let's see, generating flora. No, it's functional flora is what it is. Okay, so Jaded Amaranthus actually makes other flowers. So if I put this thing down and it's near either it's either got a source of mana being fired at it, or it is near a mana pool, one of the two, it will pull and it generates these flowers, just these normal mystical flowers. So what I can do is use another thing that I made called a Horn of the Wild. A Horn of the Wild won't pop up the advanced flowers. It only pops off the ground grass and basic flowers. So, like, I can use it around here. The only problem I think here is that it might pop these off. I'm not sure, though. That's part of a structure now. I'll wait until after that enchanting is done. But basically... yeah, I don't really have an indication of how long that's going to take. Mana is definitely going. Anyway, so if you look at the recipe for the Jaded Amaranthus, whoops, right here, okay, Rune of Spring, which requires a Rune of Water and a Rune of Fire. So this is really simple. You get these ingredients, you right-click it into this thing, and you aim mana into it, and it actually, when you hold your, and then you right-click, or no, you aim mana into it, and it has a little meter. When you're holding your wand and looking at it, it has a symbol of what you're making and a little meter that fills up over it. So you can tell exactly how much progress you have. And it's real simple. It's real easy to read. When the meter fills up, you get a piece of living rock, toss it on top, and boom, you make 3 of these things. It's real simple. You see, that's the recipe for 3 of those. This is the recipe for 3 of those. It's a real easy actual mechanism. I thought it was going to be a lot more complex, but it's real easy. This, I'm sitting here wondering, I know this structure is actually a complete and viable structure. When I put the books down, these things appeared. So if I put these down, okay, maybe... no, I can't even shift right click that thing off of it right now. So I'm guessing this is just going to charge up. I will be back with you guys as soon as it's done. I think the encouraging thing is it doesn't use the books. It just scans them, apparently. And we'll see what we're going to end up with. Worst case scenario, I have to use the spellbinding, make a spellbinding cloth to redo this. Let's look at the Spellbinding cloth. There we go. Really good lexicon in this thing. Vazky has done amazing work on the interface for this book. Combining wool with some mana in the form of a mana pearl allows one to create a type of cloth that will absorb in any enchantments. So basically, you get this thing, right? Boom. You put this in the crafting grid with anything that's got enchantments, and it wipes the enchantments clean. And then the cloth actually has a little bit of durability damage. Let's see if we can make one of these real quick. We need wool. Might be time to shear the shoop again. So we come over here. Boop. And then right here. Spellbinding cloth. So every time I use this, it will wipe enchantments clean, which means if this doesn't work out, we can wipe the enchantments off of the pick and then do it again. And we'll see. I'm going to let this hover, and I'll be with you guys. I'll be back in a minute. Okay. I'm back, and I have, there we go, made some discoveries. First of all, I think there is a progress bar. I'm going to take this thing out. It has got silk touch efficiency, and it doesn't recognize fortune. That's interesting. I'm going to actually start this all the way over again because I have this thing. I learned about sparks. I had to go look it up because basically piping mana into it just from this, there does seem to be a little bit of an indicator where your whatever tool you put in there slowly brightens. But it is hard for me to tell. So I let this sit for about 10 minutes with that slowly brightening up, but I didn't realize it then. I destroyed the actual mana enchanter block, reformed the whole thing, and then restarted the process. And that's when I noticed that the icon for the pickaxe had gotten darker. And that's when it clued to me. So it's not a very good indicator system, unfortunately, but I know I'm a special case. That's okay. Well, here's something that speeds it up. You make something called a spark. This thing, right? 2 mana petals of any color, gold nugget, 6 blaze powder. You make 2 of them. 1, you right-click on your actual, or shift right-click on your mana pool, and it puts it over the mana pool. The second one, you shift right-click over another thing. Now, this is why the Enchanter says, let's go back here. To start the enchanting, right-click the Enchanter with a wand. It'll scan the books around it, and once done, a spell circle appears, right? Okay? After this, it requires mana. You can either feed it via one of 2 ways. Either via mana bursts, which I tried, and it's super slow, or sparks, by placing a spark on top of the Enchanter, the latter being much faster. That's why I went back and read that, and I decided, okay, I'm going to see if this spark thing gets working. So I'm going to show you, first of all, Spellbinding Cloth, nice new pickaxe, all over again, and that takes some damage based upon how much it actually wipes off. We right-click and put that here, okay? I'm going to get a book there, a book there, and a book there. Right-click. Now, I'm not sure, but usually it gives a bink for every book that it acknowledges. I don't know how this is going to actually work. So now I right-click this to kick it off, and it's almost instantaneous now. It is so quick of a transfer of mana. So sparks seem to really be the key. The thing is, I don't know. Here we go, sparks. I'm actually going to favorite that, bookmark it, as it were. Some blocks have the ability to harness mana from sparks, but the uses of them seem limited to a few blocks right now. Placing a spark on top of a mana pool and another one on top of another object or block allows for the latter to remotely access the reservoirs of the mana pool when needed, given it's not too far away. That's the problem. I don't know how far is too far. To remove the spark, simply shift right-click with the wand so I can move it around. I could shift right click this spark and actually pull this off. So that is something to consider. I now have Silk Touch 1 and Efficiency 3. Now, it doesn't seem to address Fortune, but maybe that's because this automatically has Fortune built into it. Let's go to all the way back. Back. Let's see, mystical items. Mana Steel equipment. Benematic joined the game. Oh, wait a minute. Forgot to do this. Hello, Benny. Say hi to YouTube. That's a good, kind of fun, lighthearted way of telling people that they're actually being recorded. Details to keep in mind is that shears made of mana materials will trigger tripwire, unlike iron ones. Okay? Mana Steel pickaxe, shovel. Hello, Vaygrim and YouTube. Armor, etc. So it doesn't say anything about Fortune and how Fortune works. That being said, it does make me wonder. I'm going to put this over here. I'm going to put my Ring of Magnetization back on. And for the time being, I'm actually going to put these books in here, specifically because later I might be able to put more enchants on this to make it work how I need it to work. I'm actually going to put this stuff, let's put this here, put this here. I think that is what I need for right now. Oh, I already made one. Okay, well, whatever. Let's get this. I'm just gonna get a pair of these. Put them up there. I don't know if I need to have these things on my person or what. That feels fast. So I think that this Silk Touch, I might actually want to put something else on this. I'm just not sure what now. Those will decay slowly. Okay. So what happens if I go in here? Ugh. That is oil. Ooh, okay. I'm going to stare at the ground. Oh, withered away. It really does kill you. Okay. Accidentally stepped into some oil. Got to go over here, use the actual ladder, because I don't have my jumpy armor on. It's okay. Whee! And let's see. How do I want to do this? Let's get this. This, and this, and I'm gonna go boop, boop, boop. I think it puts a block of dirt underneath it. There's that. I actually don't need that on me. I just need it in my inventory. I'm gonna put that ring on, then we go over here, and we put all our fancy stuff back on. Oh, the sludge, yes. Yes, the sludge. I'm going to put that there. Yep, oil next to my house. Yeah. So it does work very well for dirt. Living in a swamp, I had to clear some of those out. Ouch. Works real well. Let's see, somewhere. There we are. I've got night vision. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to do that either. It is a little weird placing things. Oh, that's not too fast of a shovel, actually. That's good. There is such a thing, for me at least, as too quick of a shovel. Specifically, you end up, trying to shovel out one block, and you end up shoveling out about 14. Actually, I'm just going to put stone right here. I'm not going to use this oil. I know all of you would like for me to use it. I'm not going to use this oil. I'm going to use probably some other oil if I do. So, we have ourselves a multi-tool now. A multi-tool that isn't going to be taking damage. Got into mana enchanting. Real interesting stuff. Yeah, so I have myself a nice mana steel pickaxe now that I don't have to worry about damage. I've got, as long as I've got a mana tablet, because I also have a spare mana tablet. I have my other utilities if I go flower hunting out in the wild, but I don't need to go flower hunting out in the wild now because I can actually make my own of the jaded amaranthus. Jaded amaranthus. So yeah, it's very, very cool. That's my hydrangea setup. So now, what I want to do is use this for other things. I want to actually get some armor. Now what this means is, since the books get reused, I only have to make one set of books for all the armor. One protection book. Let me think. One protection. I'm not sure what other enchants I would put on armor, but I need to upgrade to some mana steel armor. That also means long-term no damage. I still would like to put some moss to have this auto repairing, but I need to make some moss, and I haven't gotten to that point yet. So, I'm going to wrap things up here. This has been a really interesting episode. On Tuesday's episode, however, I want to actually get into, I made a note of it somewhere. We're going to do something else on Tuesday. I'm not going to do Britannia again on Tuesday. It's going to be something else. We'll see. It's going to be a surprise. I've forgotten for now. I'm old. I will catch you folks later. There might be some ForgeCraft 2 live streaming over the weekend because my wife's out of town. So I'll have the whole house to myself. But I don't know. We'll see. I will try and announce it via Twitter hours ahead of time, if not a day ahead of time, and I'll let you know. Until then, have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.